What up, YouTube? Here with a prediction video for today's fights in the sport of boxing. There's two big trilogy bouts. First, I'm going to be giving you a preview to the third fight between Juan Estrada and Chocolatito. It'll be for Estrada's WBC and Ring Magazine super flyweight titles. They're longtime rivals. And when it comes to the super flyweight divisions, they got a good mix. And Estrada and Chocolatito are the two most recognizable names at that weight class. And anytime these two have met in the ring, they produce fireworks. They produce fight of the year, candidate, style, fan-friendly style fights. Anytime that they got in the ring, and when it comes to the lighter weight classes, they always produce better fights when y'all compare them to the heavier weight classes because they're more durable, more stamina, and they always put higher numbers up when it comes to punch outputs. And yeah, expect nothing different from their first two fights and the third fight when it comes to excitement levels. And the second fight, Estrada won via split decision. It was very close, very competitive. From what I remember, I gave Estrada the fight via a round. It was one of the best fights for the year 2021. And then the first time that they fought was 10 years ago, back in 2012, where Chocolatito won via unanimous decision. And when y'all compare these two fighters' wins, Chocolatito had the more convincing win, but Estrada wasn't as experienced as he is now, was a little more green back then. And Chocolatito, he was more in his prime, was much more younger back then, was on the come up. I'm not saying Chocolatito right now is on a downward slope, because in his last fight he looked good. He defeated Martinez, who's the current WBC flyweight champion. Regardless of the fact that Martinez fights a weight class under the super flyweight division, he's still a good quality opponent, and Chocolatito performed and outpointed Martinez in his last fight, who was a late replacement opponent for Estrada, because the third fight between Estrada and Chocolatito was supposed to happen earlier this year, but Estrada had to pull out due to health reasons. And then Estrada had a fight a few months ago versus Argy Cortez, where he successfully defended his WBC and Ring Magazine super flyweight titles, and he performed in that fight as well. And Estrada definitely looked good, didn't show any signs of ring rust. And as far as my prediction goes, for the third fight between Estrada and Chocolatito, man, he's only getting older. Like I said, I'm not saying Chocolatito is on a downward slope, but I say he's no longer in his prime, and I think he showed signs of that after losing the Rungasai. He's still one of the best fighters at that weight class, but I think Estrada is the better fighter right now, and I think he's going to outwork Chocolatito. I think in today's bout, Estrada is going to get more of a convincing win than compared to the second fight. I think he's going to land a more effective, solid shots throughout the fight. So yeah, I'm picking Estrada to win via unanimous decision. Moving on, we have the second trilogy bout scheduled for today, and that is Tyson Fury defending his WBC and Ring Magazine heavyweight titles versus Chisora. First time that they fought was 11 years ago. Fury won that fight via unanimous decision. Then the second time that they fought, Fury won again via technical decision. Now, unlike the Chocolatito Estrada fights, it wasn't as memorable, it wasn't as exciting. Fury won both fights, I say, without a question. But this is the best fight when it comes to marketable-wise for Fury right now, because he couldn't get that undisputed heavyweight title fight versus Usyk like he wanted, because after Usyk defeated Anthony Joshua in their rematch, Usyk said he was going to take the rest of the year off. And the only reason why Tyson Fury unannounced his retirement, because if y'all remember, after his comeback fight over there in England, after he TKO'd and successfully defended his WBC and Ring Magazine heavyweight titles versus Dillian White, he officially announced his retirement. And then this summer, he said he wants to become undisputed heavyweight champion, hence why he came out of retirement. But he couldn't get that fight versus Usyk, and if we do get a undisputed heavyweight title fight between the two champions, hopefully it'll be next year. Right now, this is the most drawable, most marketable fight that he could get. And Derek Chisora, I don't think he has that much of a shot or a threat to take Tyson Fury's titles. I think Tyson Fury gets him out of there in the 4th or 5th round via TKO. Derek Chisora, he's only getting older. The man's almost 40 years old. And he never was the most durable fighter. And with him only getting older, stamina is only gonna get worse for him. And Tyson Fury, I think when you compare him from 11 years ago or 7-8 years ago, he's only gotten better and sharper with his skills and technical ability. And I say he's still the best heavyweight in the division, regardless of the fact that Usyk holds majority of the titles. Tyson Fury still have more of a longevity as the champion in the heavyweight division. He's the one that's responsible for ending the Klitschko era in the heavyweight division, and then he announced retirement, came back, and then had to win the titles again, and he did it in a very impressive fashion. And skill-wise, I say he's the best heavyweight. When it comes to technical and fundamentals, I say Usyk is up there with him. We'll see when they get in the ring with one another. But this fight right here between Fury and Chisora, it's not the best fight for the fans, but it's gonna bring a crowd out there over there in England. They're both hometown favorites. It's a fun fight for the locals out there in England. And Derek Chisora, he's always been one of those gatekeepers at the top of the heavyweight division for any up-and-coming heavyweight talent. For them to level up to the top of the heavyweight division, they'd have to get through Derek Chisora first, and he's been at that role for quite a while. He's no longer in his prime, like I said. If y'all go look at his last fight versus Pulev, it was like two veterans putting on a show for the fans' sake. Derek Chisora, I respect and salute him because he always gives it his all and he takes on all comers, and he's always been like that. And look at his fight versus Joseph Parker. He's still one of those gatekeepers at the heavyweight division, at the top of the heavyweight division. He made it very competitive versus Joseph Parker, who's much more, I say, in prime than Derek Chisora is. I don't know about now, but when you compare Chisora to Parker is still more in his prime than Chisora. But Chisora made it a very difficult fight for Joseph Parker when they fought. And you look at his fight versus Alexander Usyk, he also made that fight versus Usyk a very hard, difficult fight for Usyk. And regardless of the fact that Usyk was still not as experienced as he is now as a heavyweight when he fought Derek Chisora, but Derek Chisora is still a dangerous fighter in the heavyweight division for anybody. But when it comes to the champion, Tyson Fury, I say he's still the lineal champion in the heavyweight division, regardless of the fact that Usyk holds majority of the titles. Tyson Fury still had more of a longevity as a champion in the heavyweight division. He's the one who's responsible for ending the Klitschko era in the heavyweight division. Then he retired, then came back, then had to win the titles over again, and he's been on a very impressive run as the heavyweight champion ever since he came back and unannounced his retirement. yeah, so those are my predictions for today's fights in the sport of boxing. I'd like to hear y'all predictions, hear y'all opinions, hear y'all insight on both of them fights: Chocolatito versus Estrada, Fury versus Chisora. Y'all let me know in the comments, or if y'all got a video y'all want me to check it out, I'll be more than glad to. Anyways, that does it for this video. Comment, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.